Hello, and thanks for tuning into Growing and Managing Your Professional Network. Today, we're going to be discussing networking, what it is, why it's important, and how it can benefit you as a CLA student, whether you're seeking a job, internship, or other experience now, or simply want to be prepared for the future. Learning about the world of work is essential, and how does one learn? By gathering information. That is the heart of networking, gathering information from people. Networking is a fancy word for what is actually a very simple concept, talking to people and building relationships. Through networking, students are able to accomplish so much, from learning more about particular CLA career fields, such as healthcare and science, industries such as nursing, or even particular jobs, internships, or opportunities at an organization or company. Many people cringe at the thought of networking, thinking that they have to show up in a space full of people they don't know and begin to small talk. Others assume that networking means you have to schmooze with strangers while saying all the right things. No, true networking is actually genuine, mutually beneficial relationship building, and it gets much easier with practice. Informational meetings, more commonly known as informational interviews, are a form of networking, but with a learning focus. Informational meetings are a special type of networking activity where you talk to and ask questions of someone working in a position or field you want to explore or pursue. You may be thinking to yourself, what if I'm shy? Or what if I'm introverted? If you're uncomfortable contacting people you don't know, that's understandable. But keep this in mind. The worst response you'll likely receive is someone saying they're too busy to talk, and that's okay. Or perhaps you don't receive a response from the person. That happens, and that's okay too. This illustrates the importance of casting a wide net. For every one person you're hoping to network with, we recommend reaching out to 5 people. This way, you're not only getting your name out there to that many more people, but you have more opportunities for connecting. This is one of many reasons why networking is so effective. Not sure how to find these individuals? Don't worry, we'll be discussing that soon. You may also be thinking to yourself, what's in it for the person who chooses to meet with me? I know I'd personally gain a lot from the conversation, but what could they possibly gain? Remember, your future contacts will gain just as much from networking opportunities as you do. Not only do many people love to speak about their careers, industries, and the experiences that help get them to where they are, but they also love to hear from students who are interested in learning more about their positions, organizations, and industries. Furthermore, individuals who have been in their industries for quite some time are often excited to talk to current students and hear about college life today. If it's a University of Minnesota alumnus you connect with, an easy way to break the ice is to discuss the latest Gopher happenings. Overall, always remember, networking is a two-way conversation that benefits both individuals. More often than you think, you're networking, typically with individuals you know, such as your friends, neighbors, or family members, those shown here in the magenta innermost ring. These individuals are great to network with as you have easier access to them. The middle maroon-colored ring highlights networking opportunities that are available to you, but perhaps are more difficult to pursue. This may include a current professor, your career counselor in CLA Career Services, or perhaps one of your K-12 teachers. To reach these individuals, consider finding their emails online and sending them a message, stopping by their office hours, or connecting with and messaging them on LinkedIn. Finally, think about the individuals you don't know. Maybe a data scientist at 3M, or a journalist at the Star Tribune, who you'd enjoy networking with. These individuals might seem impossible to get to know, but thankfully, there's networking. There are many ways to network with these individuals. Perhaps one of your contacts, let's say your neighbor, knows a journalist at the Star Tribune and offers to connect you. Or maybe one of your computer science professors is friends with a data scientist at 3M and gives you their email address. These are great examples of how contacts can get you in touch with new contacts. This is the power of networking. So, isn't networking just communicating in person? No. One common misconception about networking is that it only occurs in person. While making in-person connections has plenty of perks, in times where in-person contact is limited, networking with individuals virtually presents many unique opportunities. Some benefits to networking in person include making a personal in-person connection, whatever that may mean to you, such as shaking hands or making direct eye contact, having an opportunity to perhaps explore the physical office or workplace, or having an opportunity to perhaps travel and visit the city and surrounding area. Some benefits to networking virtually include having more ease in finding a common time to meet, considering the busy schedules of both you and them, experiencing no travel barriers or restrictions, such as gas money or rush hour traffic, and being able to utilize many free video conferencing platforms such as Zoom, Google Hangouts, or Skype. As outlined here, networking both in person and virtually have their advantages. Therefore, make sure you're networking both ways. In doing so, you'll be able to cast a wide net and successfully set up informational meetings with a wide range of professionals. Additionally, in acknowledging you're a busy college student, you can choose a meeting environment that best suits your needs. So no, networking isn't just in-person conversation. Networking virtually too has its advantages. For instance, we acknowledge some students may be more nervous to network. Virtual meetings may be a nice alternative for these students who want to network, but may feel more comfortable speaking with someone in an environment they're most comfortable with. Remember, it's important to network both in person and virtually, but be comforted in knowing you can adapt your networking in ways that feels best to you. Outside of common ways to set up an informational meeting, such as sending someone an email or calling their work phone number and leaving them a voicemail, one tool that can help you identify both professionals and alumni, sometimes both, to network with is LinkedIn. By using LinkedIn's alumni searching tool, shown here in the maroon box, you can find University of Minnesota alumni who now work at thousands of companies and organizations all around the world. From the University of Minnesota school page, click on the Alumni tab, and you'll find the nearly 290,000 University of Minnesota alumni who are currently on LinkedIn. Scroll down and search for alumni using a variety of categories such as where they live, where they work, what they do, and what they studied. Click on the categories you're most interested in. And when you're done, scroll down to the bottom and see who's a match. Perhaps you want to learn more about Chelsea. Click on their profile, read through their experiences, and should you want to set up an informational meeting, hit message. Another amazing networking platform to utilize is the University of Minnesota's Maroon and Gold Network, shown here in the gold box. This platform is exclusively for the University of Minnesota community. All of the alumni here have volunteered specifically to help current students through informational meetings and sharing career advice. They were in your place not too long ago and want to help support you. Once you log into the Maroon and Gold Network, you'll first want to create and build your profile. You can start this by clicking on the main icon in the top right corner of your screen. Once your profile is complete, you can start networking. Head to the Networking tab. From the main networking screen, you're able to filter through the nearly 3,500 University of Minnesota alumni on the Maroon and Gold Network. Similar to the LinkedIn alumni tool, you can filter through these alumni using a variety of categories such as location, school or college, industries, and other. Let's say you're a political science student who's interested in learning more about law. Click on More Filters and type in your major. Next, go to Industries and find Law. Scroll down to find alumni of interest, such as Jessica. Read through their bio, and if you want to set up an informational meeting, click on Message Jessica. One great thing about the Maroon and Gold Network is that you can utilize one of its free message templates if you're not quite sure what to say in the moment. Find the template you want, customize it if needed, and hit send. That's it. Now that we've identified strategies for setting up an informational meeting, what do you say? First, CLA Career Services Networking Guide includes some examples of simple messages you could send to an employer, your professor, a career counselor, and so on. Make sure to include your first and last name, who referred you to this individual, a brief summary about yourself, the fact that you're contacting the person for an informational meeting, and your phone number and email address. Once you successfully set up an informational meeting, it will be important that you come with questions prepared. Please see the networking guide for a full list of questions you could consider asking, but here are some examples. How did you become interested in this field? What background is necessary or helpful for this position? And/or, what are the most and least satisfying aspects of your work? In closing out your conversation, you may decide to ask, are there other people you would recommend I connect with? As you continue to navigate your personal career journey, whether you're searching for short or long-term experiences, know that networking is a great way to gain insight into the employment market, as well as establish relationships with professionals who will eventually advocate for you. In CLA Career Services, we know that searching for jobs, internships, research positions, and other experiences can be an uncertain and challenging period for students. Keep this in mind. In times of uncertainty and challenge, being persistent with your networking will serve two purposes. First, it will provide you with an understanding of today's employment marketplace, which is quite different than that of yesterday and most likely that of tomorrow. And two, it will keep everyone in the world of work on task by staying current in an ever-changing employment landscape. Know that during challenging times or periods of uncertainty, your perseverance and adaptability will allow you to continue developing your CLA core career competencies. As a result, this will provide you with great stories to tell in future interviews. Alright, it's time to network. Establish at least one action step for yourself moving forward. Some ideas include visiting our website and reviewing more resources, scheduling an appointment with a career counselor, or messaging one person on LinkedIn or the Maroon and Gold Network and setting up an informational meeting. Remember, you got this. Thanks for tuning in, and happy networking.